What's up, everyone? Naga Priest here, and just enjoying some sun on today, but just wanted to share some quick information on cancers. And that's basically that cancers have X-ray energetic vision, meaning that we can see through the facade. We can see what your real personality and inner being is. We're not fooled by outer looks, no matter how much makeup you put on, type of clothes you have on, doesn't matter how much money you have, the title or whatsoever that you're using to replace, your insecurities on the inside with. We can see through all of that. And that's a lot of the reason why people don't like us. People don't like to be seen for who they really are. And cancers show up as being able to do that. And they don't specifically know that cancers have this ability, but cancers will say something or do something when they're around this person to show them, like, hey, how did they know that? How did they know this about me and we never had a conversation? The thing with cancers is that, we sit back and we study the room. We're usually quiet, reserved, and shy, but we're always studying. We understand people's behaviors, what they tend to do, and how they act. We know their routine, and not that we're being stalking or anything, but it's just that's our intrinsic nature. We're able to study people and understand their patterns and behaviors. So don't think you're coming around a cancer and fooling them like you fool everybody else, basically. We're always able to see through the facade that people have on. And it's not really a bad thing, being that a lot of us have been conditioned to put on a mask, all of the time when we go out into the world. We want to present ourselves as one way, when we know we're really not that way, So we have to build this archetype of the person that we want to be, and it's not the person that we actually are. So what cancers are forcing you to do is bring up that hidden part of yourself that you're trying to bury and face it. Because like I said, oftentimes we'll make a remark or a comment to somebody and they'll say, hey, there's no way this person should have known this about me. And it'll make them face themselves. Cancers are basically like the mirrors to your own soul. So don't look at it as a bad thing. It can be a positive. So just wanted to share that message. If you're a Cancer and you have this ability, let me know in the comments. Peace.